The smell wafted through the air in the October sunshine. At least one Harvard scientist had likened it to rancid butter and vomit. And a spokesperson, Jennifer Lydia, who works for Sacramento's Department of General Services, called it downright pungent and unpleasant. It was the sweet, sweet aroma of two 75-year-old ginkgo trees in California's state capitol park. It's gotten so bad, officials have taken matters into their own hands, surrounding the trees with metal barriers, affixed it with zip-tied and laminated signs to ward the public away. Basically, trees across California are rotting and smell of rancid butter and vomit. So even the trees in California are disgusted with Gavin Newsom. I mean, he's destroyed California to the extent where the trees are in revolt and just rotting away. Unbelievable, Gavin. Unbelievable. Even the trees hate you. Even the trees, just sweet, sweet, rancid butter and vomit, which is, I'm sure, Gavin Newsom's musk. It's what he just naturally smells of. And he doesn't like to wear deodorant like Matthew McConaughey because he thinks he's that cool. He just wants people to smell his natural aroma, which is the same as the rotting ginkgo tree. I mean, that's disgusting, and they don't want to cut them down. They're 75 years old. They just want to keep them. They want to keep them going. I would burn those trees. I would set fire to anything that smelled like rancid butter and vomit. Unless it's going to go away. It's going to go away. I think we actually live in a Marvel movie, I think. Because this weapon right here is so preposterous. It's hilarious, almost. And I'm sure people find it absolutely frightening. I just find it more comical, like a damn comic book. Vladimir Putin has said Russia has tested the Poseidon, a nuclear torpedo that his propagandists claimed could drown Britain under a 1,600-foot wave of radioactive seawater. That's right. He has an unstoppable underwater weapon that can cause radioactive tsunamis. I feel like a lot of these world leaders are just hanging out secretly begging for someone to attack their country to such a degree that they can use some of these outrageous weapons they've invented just to see what happens. Just hit us with the most absurd weapons imaginable, just for the sheer pleasure of like, I bet this radioactive tsunami would be pretty cool. Let's give it a whirl. You know they want to try it out, but they can't because they need exceptional circumstances to be able to do so. But they want to press that button. They don't care about us. It's like Nero, you know, Nero back there, that insane emperor that is the one who killed Peter, the apostle, killed his wife. His wife went first, put him on a crucifix in the middle of the Colosseum. They rode chariots around her. She died in front of his eyes and everyone's eyes. And then the next day, it was Peter's turn, and he objected. And he was like, no, I'm not worthy enough to be crucified like my Lord. And they said, fine, and they crucified him upside down. Took him like a week to die. His students that were following him and They even thought about cutting him down, rescued him, but he's like, no, don't. And Nero rode the chariots butt naked around Peter. The man that Jesus Christ built his church was upside down on a crucifix while Nero was butt naked on a chariot doing laps. I mean, that's the sight we're going to see in these NFL stadiums across this country. I mean, that's my prediction. I know it's not a favorable one. It's not ideal, let me tell you. But I could see it heading that way. Headed that way. Because what if, a president down the line kind of takes does anyone hear this chicken? There is literally a chicken outside the window of my garage in a flower pot laying an egg. This is the sound that chickens make when they lay eggs, by the way. They sing. Here, I'm going to put this mic up to it. Oh, great. Right when I put the mic up to it, it doesn't do it. Here it is. That's it. That's the sound they make when an egg is coming out of the old vent. That's what we call chicken buttholes. Vents. In case you didn't know, you've learned something on this Thursday morning. Where were we? Oh, yeah. So a president comes along and they decide to use an ICE-type force to round up Christians, let's say. You know, once something has been established, it's easier for a person later on to do the same thing. If we take a gander at history, that is clear to see. So, yeah, Nero, that's what I was thinking about, is when he, that psychopath, he also would, shove spikes up Christians' buttholes and put them on stakes and then light their bodies on fire in his garden to light the paths at night and then go for strolls. I mean, that would be an insane person to have total control and be the emperor god of, half the world. Crazy. So he, of course, like historians believe he's the one that set Rome on fire. And then just because he wanted to see what it would look like to watch it burn, and then went up on his rooftop and played a fiddle or some shit. He just wanted to see what it was like, and then he blamed it on the Christians. And I think that a lot of leaders are the same way. They would love to just see what happens when they deploy some of these outrageous weaponry. Yeah, well, Donald Trump he's been in Korea, South Korea, and they gifted to Trump a golden crown. It was a replica excavated from the ancient royal tomb of, holy shit, don't know how to pronounce this, Jinja? Don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I'll spell it for you. You can pronounce it in your mind. That apparently works better than mine. Gyeongjju. You can't put a G and a J by each other. Have you lost your mind? President Trump has sometimes likened himself to a king. Now he has been given a crown, or at least a replica. Mr. Trump received the crown from President Lee Jae-myung of South Korea when they met on Wednesday. And during the ceremony, Trump shook his hand, said thank you. He also South Korea's guy also gave him a shiny, ornate necklace. Trump was like, I'd like to wear it right now. He did not say that about the crown, but about the necklace. It's the highest decoration of South Korea. And The replica is a reproduction of one of South Korea's national treasures. It's a copy from the Silla Kingdom, a dynasty that gradually expanded over hundreds of years, starting in the 1st century BC and eventually conquered rival kingdoms to dominate the Korean peninsula. And Jeonju, that place, whatever, was the ancient Silla capital. And royal tombs buried under giant grass-covered earthen mounds are still scattered around the city. Interesting. So this is interesting. You know that Trump loves gold. Loves it so much. I mean, his, Manhattan skyscraper, penthouse, nothing but gold. He's got the gold that he shows off that's in the White House. New ballroom, nothing but gold. If you've seen those renderings of what it's going to look like. And I found this very interesting. The Silla dynasty was known as the Golden Kingdom. The Golden Kingdom for its use of gold. The headpiece Mr. Trump received is a replica of one of 6 gold crowns excavated from the royal tombs. Alongside the gilded jewelry, belts, and other ornaments, the crown was excavated in 1973, and the replica they gave Trump is the largest and most extravagant of the 6 crowns that they had excavated. And this is what it symbolizes. The divine connection between the authority of the heavens, and sovereignty on earth. The spokesman said as Trump stared at the crown. He wants to put it on so bad. He just wanted to wear it and be like, it is time. It has also represented the spirit of Silla, which has brought peace. And, it's got small pieces of jade on it. There's chains on it. Spangles and leaf shapes hang from the headband. And so there you go. Trump, who has likened himself to a king many times, now has the most extravagant of gold crowns. It'd be funny if it wasn't even they're saying that it was a replica, but it's not. It's probably like the real thing. He's going to wear it in his ballroom. He's going to wear this thing. It's huge. Very, very interesting. The gold. As one man liked gold so much. And let's see if there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing else that it really means that I can find about it. But hey, and he was given this right after all the no kings, after all the no king protests, which, how did that go? What did that accomplish? What has changed? Absolutely nothing. Huh. What was it good for? Absolutely nothing. Huh. You know how they do it. You know how they do it in... What is the name of that movie? With Jackie Chan? With Jackie Chan and the other fellow? Rush Hour. Boom. I didn't even need Google. I didn't even need to use my Google IQ for that. That just came to me naturally. Firing it on all cylinders this morning. Firing. Dude, there is a crazy cartoon, and I've never even heard about this. But it doesn't surprise me. Apparently, this is the second season of a cartoon that's on Amazon Prime that people are screaming is depraved and satanic, and parents wanted it banned. So this is after it came out the first season, and Amazon Prime was like, we are doubling down on our Satanism. We are not only are we not going to ban it, but we are going to make a second season. Hail the devil is what Jeff Bezos said as he gets into his giant robot that looks like a replica of the big robot from RoboCop. Just look it up. Type in Jeff Bezos inside of robot, and then look at his face, look at his one eye that is bulging, and be unsettled. Be unsettled for the rest of your days, just like I was. So this show has been Hotel. HAZBIN Hotel. Its second season is dropping October 29th. And the show follows the Princess of Hell, Charlie, as she and her friends try to save the souls of the damned by helping sinners find redemption and enter heaven. You're like, oh, they want to help people. Dude, that's not what this show is about. People are saying that it is dark. It is darker than a gloomy goth's favorite black coat and is full of swearing, blatant sex references, and over-the-top violence. Exactly what you'd expect from a show set in Lucifer's dark abyss. And on Google, this dude, Alex Aguilar, I don't know if he writes reviews or if this is just some guy, wrote a 1-star review where he said, "Where do I even begin? Not only is this show satanic, but it's also a huge bad influence on all of society." And still, they say the song slap, the kids probably say. And the characters are really likable. Even the literal serial killers and cannibals, yeah, they're likable. The serial killers and cannibals are likable. Also, it goes on to say that this show is straight, someone wrote, this show is straight blasphemy. Y'all, I get it's a cartoon and it's not real, but it don't matter. Parents beware, this show is absolutely disgusting. It is filled with sex, violence, and profanity like I have never seen before. People go on to say kids should not watch Has Been Hotel. It had way too much swearing, sex, violence, and inappropriate humor and behavior. Yeah, dude. If kids of 10 and younger are watching this insane show based on pure Satanism, my God, it's just getting worse, man. The influence on these kids are just getting worse. They don't leave their house. They're just playing games. They're deep in the chats. They're deep in the chat rooms, the discords. Their minds are being twisted. Twisted, dude. Don't let your kids watch this shit. All right, so in the UK, the show received an 18 certificate for depictions of strong sexual violence. Man. What's crazy is that someone that wrote a review about it, let's see here. I don't know, when I had it in my iPhone, like the reader, so all the ads don't pop up, and then it didn't include part of the article. Just so frustrating. So this article is on Metro, and they wrote their thoughts on Has Been Hotel. So their deputy TV editor, Tom Percival, shares his thoughts. And he goes on to say that, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. This seems very in keeping with my understanding of Christian values. Psychopath. Although I must admit my religious education stopped when I was 6 years old. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Who the hell remembers anything at 6 years old? And I realized I didn't have the taste of communion wafers. Oof. Yikes. This guy's on his way to hell. No wonder why he loves this show. Basically, if hell is half as fun as Has Been Hotel makes it seem, then sign me up for damnation. So this dude wants to have fun. He wants sexual violence to be done on him. He wants to be friends with likable serial killers and cannibals. That's what that dude wants. That is a weird thing to want, sir. A weird thing to want. Indeed. Look at this. Just hidden radar online right now, right this minute. You heard it from Austin Anderson first. Obama bombshell. Michelle ready to end their 33-year marriage. They've been living separate lives for a while now. Fed up, Michelle Obama is walking out on the 33-year marriage with Barack Obama, $70 million divorce. Ouch. Ouchie mama. During a recent episode of the podcast, the former First Lady shared, we always have the kids to talk about, but not on a day-to-day basis. She continued, we've noticed how much of our time we've spent talking about them, right? So now we're empty nesters. It's like, well, what are we going to talk about? Dude, you literally spent 8 years ruling the world. Ruling the world. And you have nothing to talk about? That is insane. Michelle, who people also refer to as Michael, has admitted that marriage is hard. Also revealed her pet peeve about the two-term president, sharing that she is very irritated by the way Barack chews his food. Holy shit. I mean, sign the divorce papers today. We need this. We can't even drag this separation out. It needs to be finalized. Barack chews his food weird. Rumors of conflict between the couple have intensified since January 2025 when Barack, 64, attended the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter and the second inauguration of President Donald Trump without Michelle, who was reportedly enjoying an extended solo trip to Hawaii. 8 months later, the duo was spotted aboard filmmaker Steven Spielberg's $25 million yacht off the coast of Italy. Must be nice. Michelle has shot down any talk of the split, but they're donezo. That's wild, man. What other presidents? Have any other presidents ever been divorced before? Let's ask AI. AI. Have any other presidents been divorced, while they were president or after? We're going to find out what it says. Ronald Reagan divorced his first wife, but that doesn't count. So no president has ever got divorced while in office. Others have had complicated relationships, but no. So he's going to be one of the first. First black president and first president to get a divorce. And I mean, unless AI is wrong. And then if AI is wrong, blame them for this information and not myself. Take a drink of my coffee that is now cold and say my farewell. So that was. And this is the Austin Anderson Show, and I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Go out there and enjoy being alive. Smell the sweet, sweet air, unless you're in California, where it smells like rancid butter and vomit. But here, in the country of the Midwest, in the rolling Bohemian Alps, where I am currently stationed, the air smells like sweet fall and the aroma of redwoods and cypress. I don't know if that's true or not. I just don't know how else to explain the smell. And I don't even know what that smells like, but I imagine both those things smell pretty good. Have a good day.